Thanks for being out here, by the way. How about that?
That was a crowd.
That was a crowd. That was a crowd. That was really fun. And as they've done all along, they, I think, impacted a lot of young men. The crowd did, so it's pretty neat.
You ever had anybody chant at a camp or anything like that?
Camp or practice, never. I've coached over 40 years, and I've never seen anything quite like that tonight. It just, that's why I told some of the kids, I said, only in Nebraska will you see stuff like that. So that was fun. Really, really appreciate the fans. I mean, that I've just come to realize it, like over the last 6 months, probably more than ever, how much we are really all in this together, and they join in and help, and I think that's real. So I'm not being dramatic. I know I've had players, guys here right now, tell me how they were impacted. Guys like Lamar Jackson. So
to get such a big out-of-state showing, I mean,
yeah.
How hard is that to do in this day and age when these 4- and 5-star type guys don't really need to do this and they still showed up?
Yeah, it's really hard to do. I mean, it's especially when you're a hair remote, you know, and it goes to the players, I think, you know, wanting to see Nebraska and everything that it has, and also our coaches doing a nice job of working with these guys and getting them here. And then, like I said, we've had help from all of our fan base. So it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort by a lot of people, and that's why I continue to say we're all in it together. We got to go. And I know one of the main keys on getting players to come here is to get them here to visit. Because I bet I had 90% of the players my first year. I asked them, why did you come to Nebraska? And so many times the common denominator was, when I visited, I knew. And so we knew immediately we had to get these guys on campus. That kind of became a simple foundation of philosophy of what we had to do. That's why June was actually, when they banned the satellite camps, that's why June was actually pretty exciting for me, because we immediately shifted our emphasis of going out to getting them here. And I think that's a key for us.
What's next now? I mean, this is your last camp.
Yeah.
And you guys finally get a breather here? Or?
Well, we have a Big Red weekend, and we have one more week with our team and, as a whole staff, where we'll meet with them during the week, and then we get to work them out conditioning-wise, and we'll do that, and then the coaches will take a break, but there will always be 2 coaches here that will work their individual units every week, so all the groups will get that extra week of work with their coach sometime during July.
Among the rookies, freshmen, whatever, that have shown up, anybody jumped out at you just in the way they showed up in terms of shape?
Sam, in general, the group is awesome, and their numbers were good. You know, Lamar Jackson really, in the index testing that was done, was really high, really good, as was at his position, Matt Farniok. But I don't want to go any further than that, because everybody was pretty good. This is a good class.
Did Lamar have the highest score?
Yes. Now, he didn't have the highest score in every category, but total, yeah.
Does that give a sense of what he might be capable of, what you want him to try to do?
It kind of confirms what we thought we were getting athletically, you know, and we know he's a good football player, so that's good.
In terms of showcasing your university the past couple three weeks, was it better than you expected? About what you expected?
On these Friday Night Light events? None of it. I don't get surprised anymore by anything that goes on here. But as far as the progress we made, and considering the talent that we got this year compared to last year on these Friday Night Lights, it's considerably different. So I guess that's the best thing I can say about what's happened this year.
Just after being here a year now, what have you learned just about the in-state recruiting and the importance it has to a lot of the coaches and the people around the state to try to find and get the best local guys?
We have to do a better job of developing the relationships, or work at it more. We've only been here a year, so it's not going to happen overnight. There's lots of high schools, and there's lots of work to be done, but we really want that to be kind of a partnership. We want them to feel good. We're not going to be able to sign every guy that they want us to sign, but we want them to know that we know. and that we're going to do all of our due diligence to cover this state, and we want all the players that should be here, we want them here. And we are wide open, as I think everybody should have realized by now. We're wide open in the walk-on program. We want this thing to grow, and we grew it this year. We're going to end up probably with 10 to 12 more players this year than we had a year ago because of the amped up walk-on program. But we want to continue to grow the relationship, and we want to do every bit of diligence in making sure we know who all the players are here, whether they are scholarship or walk-on.
As far as putting this all together for one day, could you have imagined that this had gone any better?
No, I've had a few days like that where when you sit at the end of it and say that was pretty good, and I'm not sure how we make it better. The one thing I don't know if it's even legal to do it, but wouldn't it be fun to announce who was up, right? right. Like they kind of do that at the combine a little bit, right? You just to know. But besides that, I'm not sure. You know, you got a beautiful Nebraska night. You got the lights, you got the highlights going on, and you got music. And then you had how many fans do you think?
2,500.
3,000.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's our own personal record anyway. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.